Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Happy Gaming House. As you can see, I have a PS3 over here today and we have a monitor. However, we're not going to talk about this today. This is just to give you like an idea of the video source that's coming into the monitor. And that's what we're going to talk about today. As you can see from the TV back there, the brightness of this monitor is bad, like really bad. Really bad. I've had this monitor for around 3-4 years now. I think I bought it in like 2021 or 2022 maybe. It has been a couple years. It's already out of warranty. I sent it in for repair, but they said if I replace the panel, they need to charge me like a couple $100 for like a new panel plus like labor and stuff. This monitor new right now, it's maybe just like $100. This is like a 4K 144 refresh rate, 32 inch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this open and see if I can find like the model number of the actual LED panel. We're in China now, so pretty easy to find the replacement parts. I searched online, I couldn't find any information of like what panel they actually used. So it's easier for me just to pop it open, see if there's any like identification marking inside, place the order online, and a couple of days later when it arrives, I'll put it back in to see how it works. There's no specific tutorial for this exact monitor, but has similar ones. Try open the front frame first. I think this is like really stupid design, but yeah, what do I know, right? Took me a while. It's finally off. And do be careful because there will be some cables to plug into the board, for example this one. So I believe here you can have the model number of the actual panel itself. All I need is to try to find that. The brand's name is called AU Optronics Corporation. I believe they make OEM panels for a lot of different manufacturers. I'm going to order the panel first and then let me see if I can actually take it out. This is what's actually broken that needs to be replaced. There are a lot of different sellers selling it. I will buy one. When I receive it, I'll show you guys when I put them back in.
2,000 years later.
Another day. Finally, this is the original panel. What do we have over here? All right, so we got one with the check mark over here. Let's see, it's got the check mark on here. Let's put it back in and see. I'm going to put this cardboard box below it. All right, as you can see, this is the actual like the main board and everything. And the flip it. So there's a cable in here. We are good. We just have to put in all these screws. Don't buy this one first. I think we're ready to test this thing now. Alright, so I got the power and I got the back panel with the buttons, but I'm not gonna clip it back in yet because it's super hard to open. What I'm gonna do is just plug this cable in first so we can get some sort of control over here. Let's show you if it works. I believe the power button is this one. Just from the menu, it looks like a lot brighter than the one before. So let's put this whole thing back together and see like if it actually works. this whole thing is back together now. All right, so power is in, HDMI is in. Let's turn this one back on. Okay, moment of truth. Let's turn this on.
Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely better because before you cannot even see it, like you cannot even see clearly. Like, let's peel this off. No, the problem before was like it's super dark. Yeah, it definitely is a lot brighter. And let's tweak some settings. You know what? I'm gonna plug the camera that's shooting me right now directly into the monitor and see if that works. Yeah, I think it's definitely like way better than before, right? Because I know it's in the camera, it's still like a little bit greenish, but yeah, it's definitely brighter, and at least I can see stuff now. Before I can barely see anything. Like it's super dark and you cannot see the Windows desktop or anything like that. So I think this is a success. In total, I spent about like 110, maybe 120 US dollars on the panel itself. Took them like in total 3 days of shipping, but you know, there was the holiday, so it has been like almost 2 weeks now. If I've known like there are tabs inside here, I wouldn't need to like use the screwdriver to pry to leave all these marks on the outside. It's still worth it. I'll just use knife to smooth these out and keep using this monitor for maybe a couple years more. So in general, I would recommend do this by yourself, and it's very easy procedure. There are cheaper ways. If you're like really handy, you can pry these open, like all these stuff, like around to pry it open, and you can take the actual panel, like the LCD panel, the backlight panel, separate them, and just change whatever you think is broken. For example, I think this one is the backlight, right? So you can just take it out and use take the backlight out and see if that works. Because this whole thing is $120, right? But just for the backlight, I think that's only like $20. But the one I found, the fastest one I could get, is like the one like this whole thing. So that's $120. I think it's a win for me. So that's it for this video. If you like it, click the like button. If you don't like it, click the dislike button. Please subscribe, and see you guys next time.